Hello students, good morning. This is Professor S.B. Bendigeri, Department of Economics, taking online classes for PUC first year commerce students. Dear students, in the last class we have studied the introduction part of presentation of data, how in what form data will be presented. Okay, to present systematic data in a particular table, for example, we have to understand how the table will be systematically framed. Okay, for analyzing the systematic data, to make it very easy, make it concise, to understand in a systematic manner for further studies, we have to understand the table first. What are the parts of the table? How to prepare the table for analyzing systematic data information, how to fit data in that particular table. Before going to that, we have to understand what are the basic parts of table. This is most important, dear students. To fit your entire data in a particular table, you have to understand what are the parts of table. To construct a table, it is important to learn first what are the parts of table. You have to understand what are the main parts of table before going to construct the table. For example, when these parts put together, it will be a systematic table. A good table have the following essentials. Okay, when we are putting together all these parts systematically, it becomes a compact systematic table to fit the entire data in that, for example. Okay, so there are various essentials of table. In that, first essential of table is table number. Listen to me carefully. Table number should be given for each number of tables. If your tables are large in number, you have to give a specific number to identify that particular table, for example. Okay, so table number is assigned to a table for identification purpose, to identify, to understand the information which is fitting in that particular table. We have to give number for that. If more than one table is presented, this table is required. It means what? If more than one table is presented, this number is required. Wrongly I have written table over there. So if our data is fitting in more than 1 or 2, 3, 4 tables, for example, we need to have such kind of table numbers. Okay, it is given at the top or bottom of the table. You must remember, when you are mention any number to that particular table, either you can mention at the top of the table or else at the bottom of the table. So example, take the example for how to mention the numbers. If your tables are more than 1, you may mention 1.1, 1.2, 2.1, 2.2, 3.1, like that. Okay, hope you understood. In this way, we have to mention number for each table to understand, to identify for our further details. Okay, next essential of table is title. We have to focus on this particular essential. This is most important part of table. Okay, we have to mention very systematically title of the table. Title of the table explains what content is there in that particular table. Okay, this narrates about the contents of the table. What all data is fit, for example, mentioned in that particular table. So that can be understood only with the help of title of the table. It has to be very clear, and the title is to be very clear. Whatever title you are writing at the top of the table, you must understand what title you are writing, whether it is, for example, related to that particular data information which is filled in that particular table. So it is very clear that it finds place at the head of the table, for example. Okay, exactly at the head of the table, in between, at the head of the table, title must be there. for any number of tables, any type of tables, we need to mention title for each table, which clearly indicates, narrates the content of the table supposed to be. Okay. Now coming to the third essential of systematic table, that is captions or column headings. This is also most important part in that particular table. At the top of the each column in a table, a column designation is given to explain figures of the column. I'll show you that with the help of table. For example, here it is a table. So these are the captions or column headings which are mentioned systematically over here. These are the column headings, and these captions also clearly indicates what type of content is there in that particular column. Okay, hope you understood what type of information is filled in that particular column. It will be very clear with the help of systematic captions in the column heads. Hope you understood, no? So this is all about the third one, that is captions or column headings. Okay. Now coming to the fourth essential of systematic table, that is stubs or row headings. In the third essential you understood column headings. In the fourth one you have to understand the row headings. Okay. So here, like column headings, each row of the table has to be given a heading, for example. Okay. Like column headings, each row must have its own row heading. Without having the row heading, the column heading is not clear. Okay, to understand the data information in a very systematic manner, we need to mention both column heading and row heading. The designations of the rows are called as stubs. Whatever designations we are mentioning in that particular rows, that is called as stubs, for example, and these stubs are always at the right side of the left side of the table. Okay, these rows are always mentioned at the left side of the table. Okay, so if you want to see that with the help of diagram or table, these are the row headings. These row headings are also very much important to understand the data information in a systematic form. Okay, so this is all about the stubs or row headings. Now coming to the next essential of the systematic table, that is body of the table. Okay, body of the table is nothing but it is the main part and it contains the actual data location of any data in the table is fixed and determined by the row and column of the table. Okay, hope you understood. It is the main part and it contains the actual data location of any data in the table is fixed and determined by the rows and columns, for example. Okay, so in the diagram, if you want to see that, I'll show you this part. This part is the body of the title. Okay, in this body of the table, you are understanding the entire data which is showcased in that particular table. It gives the clear picture of the entire data which is fitted in that particular table, for example. Okay, now coming to, and one more example is there for that body of the table. Look at the, if you want to understand body of the table, one example is there. Example is data in the second row and fourth column indicates 25 crore females in rural India. Okay, it is the example for body of the table. Data in the second row and fourth column indicates 25 crore females in rural India. Look at the table over here. Here, example, what example says? Second row, this is the second row. Okay, fourth column. This is the fourth column. So in the fourth column, we can see 25 crore females in rural India. Okay. So that is mentioned over here. So in the fourth column, second row, 25 crore females in rural India. If we want to see that particular data, it gives clear picture when it is fitted in rows and columns. Okay. So with the help of body of the table, we can understand the entire data information. Is it clear? Now coming to the next one, unit of measurement. Okay. Unit of measurement is nothing but the units of measurement of the figures. Data must be rounded up. Okay. Data must be rounded up in the sense whatever data we are using as units or rupees, we have to round up that particular for example figures. Okay. If our data is in crores, lakhs or else units, we have to round up that particular units or crores, that is called as unit of measurement. Okay. If you want to see that in the diagram, look at this. Here it is. The unit like crore is rounded up. To make it very clear whether data is in percentage form or else in rupees form or else in crore or else in, for example, lakhs, or else data is in units form, to make it very clear, we have to round up that unit of measurement without fail. Okay. Now coming to the next one, that is source. Source is nothing but it is a brief statement or phrase indicating the source of data presented in the table and from where it collected. If more than one source is there, all the sources are to be written and it is written at the bottom of the table. Okay. Hope you understood. Whatever data information like source, if you are collected data from different areas, different places at different time, you have to mention all those places, time, okay, in that source, and source content must be always at the bottom of the table. Okay, it must be at the bottom of the table. From where you are collected the data information, you have to mention in brief. Okay, hope you understood. Okay, so sources, where you are collected, what amount of data you are collected, you have to mention it in source at the bottom of the table. If you want to see that in the diagram, it comes over here. Okay, look at the source. Here you have to mention in textual form. Okay, in a brief summary form, you have to mention the source of that particular data, where you are from where you are collected, from whom you are collected, okay, on what date you are collected. You have to mention everything in the source of that particular table. Okay, this is all about the source. Now coming to the next and last essential of systematic table, that is note. It is the last part of the table. It explains the specific feature of the data content of the table which is not self-explanatory and has not been explained earlier. Okay, it means what? Whatever data we have collected, we have to make it very clear this data is of not ours, it is collected from others earlier. Okay, and which is not explained earlier. So in a note we have to make very clear about the data information. Okay, so in the diagram, if you want to see that note, where to for example mention the note that is there in the diagram, it comes here. Okay, so note means whatever information is there about the data, not related to, not according to your information, according to that data information, you have to write the entire node of the data information. Okay, with this I think the parts of the table topic is over. I hope all of you understood. It's a very systematic and most important topic to understand for the examination point of view. They may ask in the 4 marks question like explain the various parts of the table with the help of diagram. If question is like this, you have to draw the diagram also. Okay, diagram is must and should for this particular question. Okay, with this let us stop today's discussion. Remaining part of the same topic we shall discuss in the next class. Thank you very much.